things are beginning to quiet down on the campus during the last few days at the school. Many of the students will spend their time in the study halls preparing for the final exam, while a few others have chosen a much different path. One that will push their mental and physical abilities to their breaking point. They have chosen to participate in Sealfit 20X.
I'm Mark Devine, and I'm founder of Sealfit. 20X means 20 times. The idea is that you have 20 times the potential than you're aware of. You literally learn how to use your mind in a different way. And through the numbing cold and the nonstop training that you get out of that old you and step into the new.
When I initially saw the videos, and I told my wife, hell no. There's no reason, nothing to prove, not gonna do it. And then here comes David Powell and PJ with their little inspirational video in the classroom. Like, all right, yeah, I could do this.
I've never done anything like Sealfit, so I'm kind of nervous about it. I think I could get through it. Like, I think I will get through it.
I can do anything I want, put my mind to it. It's my body that I gotta get to follow through, so. Like I said, they call it Sealfit, but I'm coming in walrus, so we'll see. I mean, I'm expecting the worst day of my life here, probably from this whole training, that'll be it, but, you know, hopefully they won't make me break and quit.
If you can avoid carrying Andrew through Sealfit, you'll probably make it.
That's the number one tip.
Now, if you have to carry him, I don't know if either one of you will make it.
Yeah, it's over.
My name's Andrew Warner. I've been a skills instructor for PC4 for a year and a half. What made me decide to do Sealfit? Oh, I had 21 students that swore to me if I signed up for Sealfit, they would do Sealfit. I decided to take the challenge, more to prove for myself and everybody else I was up to the challenge.
Your mind always wants to quit before your body, so I think it's gonna be harder mentally. Everything I've been through, I won't quit.
It's 6 a.m., Saturday, on SLTC's main campus. Sealfit is beginning.
For the next 13 hours, you're gonna be f***ing miserable. You're gonna be cold and wet. You're gonna cry for your mommy's help. You're gonna wish you were home in bed, curled up by the fire. And all of that is available to you. All you gotta do is say, I'm out of here, I quit. This isn't for me, I made a mistake. I don't know why any of you would want to do this. What you're going to learn today is not easy. Though you're going to be uncomfortable and you're going to have to deal with many painful and unusual circumstances, you guys have an opportunity to learn something new about yourselves that you've never known before and maybe didn't even know existed. In fact, most people never go where you're going in their entire lives. You have no idea what you're capable of right now. None. And we're here to prove that you're capable of so much more so that you can stop being weak and start stepping up.
I was anticipating the discomfort to start. I knew it was coming. I was sitting there to myself thinking the laughing's fixing to stop. Kicked my gallon jug and exploded it everywhere. And then they immediately start filling our boots with water.
Just standing there and they're going out, you know, asking us why we were here, what was our why. And at that point I hadn't figured nothing out. I was just like, hey, you know, I signed up, I'm here, see what happens.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from, Pantoja?
Pantoja.
And they're talking to us as they go by us, you know, just really chipping at us.
What's a guy like you doing with a name like Robertson?
My dad's from Lookout Mountain right here.
Is he?
My mom's from Korea.
No kidding.
Yes, sir.
Warner, is that how it is?
Yes, sir.
You're an old man for this kind of stuff?
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you as well.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
Fort Oglethorpe, just on the other side of the mountain, sir.
And you've been here for lineman training as well?
Sir, I'm an instructor here.
You are an instructor here.
Yes, sir. It was a neat thing and an honor. Mark Devine, who is the creator of Sealfit and a former commander for the Navy SEALs, was there. And he personally came up to every one of us and talked to us, asked about us, introduced himself and shook our hands, which to me was a rare honor.
He came behind me and opened up my shirt from the back and dumped some cold water. Felt it trickling all the way down in my pants and all that, and into my boots. That was kind of like the first reality check, like, oh man, I feel like it's about to get serious now.
Ask yourself one more time, why am I here? Who am I? And what am I gonna do about it? There's no way that every one of you is standing here at the end of the day. So ask yourself right now if that's gonna be you. If you think, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you're gonna be standing here at the end of the day, then step forward, 1 foot. We're gonna show you how to stop being weak. Hoo-yah! 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 Drop down. Hoo-yah! 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 Drop down. What your name is? Up! One! Down! Up! Two! Down! Up! Three! Down! 0! 20! Down! Up! 50! Can't even do 20 basic push-ups. Down!
You really didn't have too much time to process with one particular thing. They're yelling one thing, you're doing one thing, then you're up to doing something else.
On your back. On your back. On your belly.
And so it's kind of like it's just boom, 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 and you're trying to process exactly what they're saying, but you know you're going to screw up eventually somehow.
Get some semblance together. Figure it out. You got 5 seconds. We'll work like a team. Now, I feel mildly disrespected because nobody's facing us. I'm over here. Ready? On your back. On your feet. On your belly. On your back.
From then on, it was constant chaos. You didn't know what was next. You couldn't perfect anything that they were telling you to do. You couldn't do it quick enough. They were holding the bar so high to make us fail.
In my direction. Moving. Bear crawl.
You're moving too slow. Repeat the command.
Moving. Quarter kick, 4 count. Ready. Move. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
What are you doing?
1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, someone doesn't like water. Uh-oh, somebody's not sick.
For a long time I was all right, and they happened to hit me one time when I just wasn't ready, and they hit me in the face, and it was one of that, like jumping in the cold water, the sudden, shock, and once I did that, I think the rest of the day I never did get my breath back.
On my command, you will go down to the bottom of your squat. Ready? Down. Up. Down. Up. Down.
What are you doing? All the way down. Squat.
On your belly. Move.
I came to the Sealfit 20X Challenge wanting to overcome my desire to quit. And I wanted them to make me want to quit. And every second I wanted to quit. Second by second, moment by moment, I just had to overcome each desire to quit.
Swimmers. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. On your feet.
I'll give you a breath. Go ahead, get one.
One of them was like spraying it in my face, and I couldn't catch my breath, so I kept looking away, because I couldn't breathe. And he's just like, just relax. And he was spraying me in my face, and I couldn't relax, so I kept turning away.
Right here, right? Look right at him.
He's like, just look at him. If you look at him, he'll stop. I just held my breath as long as I could. I looked at him, and then he finally moved on.
shaking was terrible. Being that cold and just not being able to stop shivering was tough. I can take a little bit of water to the face, but once I lost the total concept to be able to breathe for a second, I like shot up like, wait a minute, man, maybe I should just dip now. Why even get started? And I laid back down and he just kept hosing me, and finally took his attention off me and went to somebody else. So I kind of recomposed myself, got my breathing back in order, and I'm like, all right, just hang on.
This is where you're gonna really see what you're made of. Right here and now. Are you the kind of person that's gonna dig deep and push through this?
Don't spill my water! Don't spill my water! There you go, there you go! Don't spill my water!
Barely an hour has passed, and the countless exercises, freezing water, and relentless yelling are already taking their toll.
Down. Up.
What are you doing over here,
Get off your knees. You're getting greased. Get off your knees.
Come on, dude, go!
We was doing bear crawls, and that takes a lot of strength. But in my mind, I've done decided before I even started, I said, I will not quit. They're gonna have to kick me out, or I'm gonna get hurt and medical out. Said I'm not quitting. That caused a rally, I guess you could say.
Motivate us! Go! Come on, Andrew! Come on! Come on, Andrew. Come on! Hey, don't push these guys too hard. Hey, don't push them too hard. You might break them.
While we were going through the ice baths and the water and the sand and the mud and all the up downs and burpees and chaos, I just looked over and there's Fabian and he looked just ruined. Just like nothing left. I just saw it in his face and I just looked at him and I said, Fabian, don't quit, man. I said, I want to quit too, but I'm not, and you don't need to either. But he just looked back down and kept going.
Hey, you. Hold of you guys. Back up. You ready to quit? You want to quit? Huh? I don't know. Do you guys had enough already?
Like I said, it's like, man, you're so like miserable sometimes. You're just like, you see all these people quit that it's almost tempting.
Good. You hear what I say?
People get in their own heads and they start to feel sorry for themselves and I'm cold, I'm wet, I'm in pain, I've never done something like this before. And so a first instinct a lot of times is to, why am I doing this? This is no fun, I'm not having a good time, and I want to go home. And we just try and get them to realize there's a whole lot more going on than what they may be feeling or thinking in that present moment. Why are you here? What motivated you to come here? Be a better person, be a better father, brother, individual. That why is your answer to everything. Figure out your why, anything is possible.
You all right? What's that? Don't quit, man, don't quit. Don't quit. Hey, stop shaking, you gotta get that under control. You gotta move, man. Come on.
Kind of like goes back to the initial pole circle.
Come on, water.
I've never climbed a pole like that.
Come on, water.
And, you get to 5 feet, you're a little nervous. You get to 10 feet, you get a little more nervous. And if you can plateau and get to the top and break through it, then you're good.
2 of your teammates are down. Now ask yourself if you're the next. If you can't stand still and stop shivering, maybe you'll be next. Repeat after me. I got this. I got this. Easy day. Easy day. Hoo-yah. Hoo-yah. I got this. I got this. Easy day. Easy day. Hoo-yah. Hoo-yah.
We gotta go.
It was really nice to huddle by those fires, but I think some people, it made them want to go home even more when they got by the fire because, they got back in their comfort zone.
Take the next step and go to the next evolution. As a team, every one of you here can do it. If you couldn't do it, I'd say, you know what, go ahead and pack your bags.
I think one of the hardest parts for me was definitely being cold. You feel like, you're muddy, sand in your shoes, you got sand in your back, in your hair, your ears. But I knew I wasn't the only one. I knew that everybody around me was suffering just like I was.
Look at me. You do not want to quit. I can see it in I see the doubt. You're cold. You're uncomfortable, but you're still here. You can still move.
There you go.
I want 2 people from each group to go down there and talk those idiots out of quitting. Go.
Hey, come on, man. Come on, Will. Let's go, guys. Dude, you can do it. Make it to lunch. It's all mental, Troy. It's all mental. Come on. Push through, man.
I'm out of here.
Let's go.
It doesn't matter anymore that you're not out there, okay? That doesn't matter. What does matter is what you learn from this, okay? So you got to be thinking right now, what's the silver lining? If you walk away from here defeated, then that's a fail, okay? What you've just learned is there's something about yourselves, an area for improvement, something about yourselves that you need to work on. You've exposed a gap. Walk away from here with a lesson and a determination to grow from this experience. You promise me that?
Yes, sir.
And it's not a failure. Right? It's just a new way to figure out how to go forward and do something different. Okay?
Definitely gonna be something I'm gonna push to hopefully go for it, yeah.
Well, no, see, there is no hope. Do or do not. Do or do not. There's no try. The little green man said that. No regrets.
All right, the rest of you, take a seat, hug the person in front of you. Closer you get, the warmer you'll be. Body temperature can save your life.
It was definitely a peak moment, and to look at us standing there soaking wet, shivering, just out of control, and we were huddled on the ground actually, holding each other, lined up, looking completely feeble down there and just holding each other tight. Move closer. And then a little bit of sunlight hitting us, and to call that a high point, some people would say that that's crazy, but it was a high point. It really was. It was progress in the day. That sun's coming up and it's moving and moving and moving. And from this point on, it's just forward. One foot in front of the other, keep going.
So this next evolution is the PST. Your PT test. Push-ups, sit-ups, air squat, pull-ups, and a 1-mile run. All right, everybody on your feet.
I feel like I'm in relatively good shape, and so I kind of enjoyed pushing myself just to see like what I could do.
Everybody in a line on me, this way. 2 laps around the course as fast as possible. Ready, go!
Seeing the people that that signed up with you and were the ones who were kind of like, pushing you on to kind of do it, and then you see them leave. You can either let that like discourage you or you can let it motivate you. And for me, I kind of just used it for motivation. Just like, they quit. I'm gonna keep going.
After the mile run come the push-ups, squats, sit-ups, and pull-ups. Each exercise has a max time of 2 minutes and a minimum number of reps to pass.
The person counting, if they do not hit that fist, that is a no rep.
Come on, go down.
Touch that fit, no rep.
You're being scored on a pass-fail. You don't know where that number is. Hey, don't worry about this 17-year-old girl still cranking push-ups. Good job, guys.
I don't remember her name. I just call her the Beast. A little 17-year-old girl. She did more push-ups and sit-ups than some of the guys in my PC were doing. I was so impressed with her.
We call that dance, That's your version of the stanky leg? Keep going.
Nothing like an air squat to highlight immobility issues. Come on, Warner. You've come a long way, brother, since the first hour I saw you, man. All the way down, all the way up. Full integrity sit-ups. We don't shave reps. We don't allow our teammates to shave reps. There you go. Hands on shoulders. 30 seconds.
Come on, push it.
Time. All right, everybody, start following Coach Dave up to the pull-up station. All right, person doing the pull-ups, mount the bar.
Can't reach it. Get help from
Ready, begin. All the way up, boys, all the way down.
Bars are pretty high for this little short, fat guy right here, you know. So, but they don't expect you to do them all by yourself, and that's where the team comes in. There's somebody standing right there to sit down on the ground and let you climb up on their back to grab onto the bar. There's somebody, when you can't pull out that last one, right there holding your foot and giving you a lift up.
The teamwork played out huge. You know, having somebody else beside us shivering just like we are. Hands, elbows, knees hurting just like mine are. Knowing that he's going through it too, it gave you kind of a safe place. You know, just knowing I'm not alone in this. And also, if he can do it, I can do it. So looking over at one guy doing it and you're wanting to quit, you snap back into that competitive mode and say,
do you believe in yourself?
I can't be outdone.
That's the question. Do you believe in yourself? Doesn't matter what I think. Time. All right, this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna take the next 7 minutes. You're gonna hydrate, you're gonna eat, you're gonna change your clothes. Go.
I mean, there was a point where myself and another kid in the PC, when we went back to the tents, I think we both said, if you go, I'll go. But then we looked at each other and was like, you know what, we can't leave. And so we went back out there, and it just got worse. It just got worse.